not surprised it leaks. I mean, it thing's got 5,100 hours on it, and the only thing that's been done to it, or the deepest been into it, just had this rocker box off right here 2 years ago because it was leaking. I had a video of that, but it's, in my opinion, that's pretty good for a workhorse tractor. They give it a 6,000 hour service interval in the owner's manual. I can't remember what it is, but obviously they plan on them lasting that long, which is good. Smaller tractors, not uncommon for them to have more hours than loader tractors, but these bigger ones that either working hard or they're not working at all. Been a funny looking seal. But evidently, it's just a dust seal on there. Protect the main oil seal. And then it's got a weird, there's not even a gas. Well, okay. Okay, here's how they seal this piece. Well, you know, get it out of here. Maybe. Maybe that all comes as. I'm gonna look in the parts book and see what how that is. There's a rubber ring right here, a small square cut O-ring. It looks like. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look in the book and see how that is that seals this piece. I thought there was probably a gasket there, but there's not. All right, here's what it ended up being. Is this sealing ring here? It's got this rubber molded into it. Fit over that like that, and then on the inside here, this seal is actually like a miniature rear main seal out of the back of an engine, just the way the lip is and everything. I think it takes a little more heat that way and speed, because it's got like a Teflon ring here. This is just a dust seal that went on here. This doesn't actually seal on the pulley, it seals on a shaft, which goes about like that because it's a little smaller than the pulley. I think I can probably buy these two, but then I'm going to have to probably buy this piece all as one because there's no part number on here. But there is a part number on here, and it says install dry. Put it back on, so yeah. But I'm going to call the dealer and see what I can get. Alrighty, Friday here, got some parts in, and 3/10 of rain last night, which was actually kind of a good thing. We were getting kind of dry, really. Got this seal here for the Versatile. You order a part number stamped on this piece of steel, and you get this piece of steel, new seal, a little rubber deal that was on dust seal type thing that was on the pulley, and this piece. You get all that. And naturally I ordered this piece and the rubber piece, and so I got to return those because this seal came with everything. But we're gonna clean stuff up here and get it put back together. Alright, they send this plastic sleeve along to help you get it the seal pushed up over the shaft. There's no way it'd go without that sleeve on there, kind of a cone shape. See that? It's just a little taper on it there. Now obviously make sure it's cleaned off there, and then it's got a keyway in it, because this is actually how you time the engine when you're setting the valves and whatnot. There's probably won't show up, but there's marks on this pulley here, and you line them up. You clean this off, there's a mark on here you line it up with. There. Now I'm gonna put just a little Loctite on that bolt just to make sure it stays in there. I don't really want to run it back in at the impact because it'd be hammering against the gears or the drivetrain gears there, so I'm gonna put just a little. Yeah, I got a little more Loctite on it. Hopefully this next week it'll warm up enough and we can start getting some corn in the ground. A few guys put some corn in, some guys are putting beans in. Inch and 5/16 socket for anyone interested. It's actually whatever that translates into a metric socket. You can see it starts to turn the engine over there. The thing nice about these Cummins engines is they always had a draw bolts on stuff to tighten up the belts. It just holds it a lot better, and you can get things a little tighter if you need to. Well, there's that. I'm gonna put it back together and start it up here and see if it leaks. Alright, I get her back together. I'll fire it up here and make sure it's not just puking oil out, but probably have to get it out in the field and run it for a while to really tell if it's fixed or not. Don't know why it wouldn't be.
Looks alright so far. We're gonna have to give it a bath here, and like I said, it's gonna have to get out in the field before we really tell. So
we're gonna change heater valve here. Wasn't really thinking about this, but here in the middle of April we actually had to use this thing, or my brother was using it, and started leaking on him. Leaking out where the shaft pivots here. Who would have thought here in the middle of April we would have needed the heater? But then again, there the other day I bought something and had to go up to northern Illinois to get it, and it was snowing pretty bad on the interstate, and they had snow plows out salting, putting salt down and plowing snow. It melted off right away, but there was probably at least 2 inches of snow on the ground, which is a lot for this time of year around here. I know they make a tool to do that, but a vice grip does the same thing. Let's see. Oh, God, that hurt. Watch, or I'm going to lose all the parts here. Not really room to get one because that copper pipe goes to about right there. I'd have known it was going to leak. Could have changed it. This had all the coolant drained down this past winter. Put injectors in this thing and had take a couple coolant lines off and had some of the coolant drained down. Kind of a cheapy little made valve here. Bought it from Case IH. God, that hurt. Come over there and a little metal clip there poked me in the finger pretty good. They probably could have got on the internet and found whoever had this. Seemed like they used a lot of GM parts on these Steiger tractors. I know they got GM steering columns in them. This thing, it's a GM steering column, from the 90s, or I guess probably from the 80s. But it's actually got a Bobcat key in it, so evidently Bobcat was using GM key switches. And probably could have found out what this is on a GM something or the other and saved some money, but it's just the way it is. No, it's right this way. I was reading on the internet that there's on the IH combines like 2188, I think it is, and some older ones. They got there's like a electric motor and stuff in there to adjust the rotor speed on the sheave for the belt on the rotor speed, and that is actually a driver's side. I think it's a driver's side window motor out of like a early 80s Chevrolet pickup, I believe it is. And you can go to the auto parts store and buy it a lot cheaper than what Case IH sells it for. I'm not 100% sure that's exactly what it is, but it's some automobile of GM out of the 1980s there. So that was kind of good to know. Just we haven't ever had any trouble with ours, but in case we did. get up, check the cab, make the spot. But well, there's the rainy day repairs done. Gonna have to hook up the planter here, maybe later this afternoon if the weather clears out a little better. But yeah, get back in the field here this next week. So thanks everybody for watching.